Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. Welcome to the Spine Ticks After Party. Got some great stuff to share with you tonight. I have an amazing Christmas gift to share. I'll be showing some eBay pickups. I'll also be showing a vintage reprint set. I'll be showing part of a 120 card rookie lot of an NFL wide receiver. And I'll also be showing a starter set of 1987-88 Fleer basketball. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with the Christmas gift. So I did show this card in my year in review video, so you might have seen this already, but this came from a friend of mine. I actually found this card myself and sent him a message with the link because I thought he might have been interested, and we ended up talking to each other over the phone, and we ended up having like an hour and a half long conversation about this card. But a couple weeks later, Christmas Eve, this actually showed up in my mailbox. And so I called him up and I was like, dude, he said, what? I said, you actually bought it? He said, yeah. Did it get there? I said, yeah. And so I was really shocked that he actually bought this. I think it's just an amazing piece of history. This is actually, I guess, technically the oldest card in my collection, although, I don't know if it's technically called a card. This is actually a CDV, which I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's a carte de visite. So basically what they would do is they would take like a thin piece of paper and then sort of paste it onto a thicker card stock. And so that's how these cards were made. But this came out in 1865. This is actually a memorial card. I believe it's called Apotheosis. And just an absolutely amazing item. Really happy to have this in my collection. Thank you so much, buddy. Boy King 05 is his YouTube channel. He's a longtime friend of mine. We went to high school together. But yeah, he bought this amazing card. Obviously, it's George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. This is a memorial card shortly after Lincoln was shot. And obviously this is Lincoln in heaven, George Washington greeting him with a wreath right here. We've got angels up here shining a light down on him. And, we had a long conversation about, don't you think this is a little bit too intimate? Yeah, it is, but it was also a different time. And you kind of have to realize, Lincoln was just assassinated. He's probably as surprised as anybody to be in heaven at this point. But just an absolutely amazing card. And it's in really nice shape for something that came out in 1865. And this is actually not very scarce. There's several of them posted up on eBay. Some of them have, a little writing down here on the bottom. Some of them say apotheosis. Some of them, talk about the photograph. There's also variations of this photograph. Yeah, but just an absolutely amazing gift. And super happy to add this to the collection. Just a really cool piece of history. All right. Next, I mentioned a couple of videos ago that, because of the holidays, my money is a little bit tight. So I haven't been picking up a whole lot of singles. Just one here and there. I have picked up a couple, but nothing super big. But I found these and was kind of excited to get them. I believe this was a 30 or a 35 card set, I guess you could call them. But I only ended up getting 4 of them, but I'm definitely happy to get these 4. This came out in 1985. I guess it came out by Nintendo Company. And, this is one of the icons of the video game world. And these are Minkos, and they're of Mario and Super Mario Brothers. You can see the Minko symbols right here. Then you also have like a Minko number right up here. I don't know if you can see that in pink. But yeah, these came out in 1985, same year that Super Mario Brothers came out. And so I thought these were really cool. And I'd kind of been keeping an eye on some of these over the last, probably half a year or so. These did kind of go up in price when the movie was released, but I was able to get these at a price that I was comfortable with, and they're in really nice shape. I mean, there is a little bit of like wear on the outer edge on some of these, but I don't mind. These were actually made to play with, and so I think, because of that, these are in really nice shape. I'm happy to get these, and just love the imagery, the artwork on these. Such an iconic character, iconic game, and they're really actually kind of clean. Here's number 3. Again, you have the symbols right there, the Manco number. And the last one. I'm not sure what this is right here. Like maybe like pulp or something. I'm not really sure. So definitely happy to pick those up. And I don't know a whole lot about Pokemon, but they actually sent a couple cards as sort of protection. I ordered these from Japan, and yeah, these kind of got a little warped in the package. They were obviously meant to be protection, but I think they're kind of cool. I know nothing about Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure these are kind of throwaway cards. But still, kind of cool to get these. All right. Next, this is a reprint set that I picked up. This set actually has an interesting story. All right, so the original set came out in 1928 by a company called Frojoy Ice Cream, and this is of a baseball icon, one of the greats of the game, if not the greatest in the game. And from what I understand, these cards were actually only released for a week. They were released between August 6th and August 11th, 1928. And if you collected the entire set, you could actually trade it in for a large reproduction autograph photo of this individual. And these things were really, really scarce, to the point to where, in the early 70s, if one of these cards showed up at a card show, it would actually cause a stir. And somewhere along the line, I guess 1972, TCMA actually did I guess it was a licensed reprint set of this. But you can tell the difference by those, because on the back it says, 1972 TCMA reprint. But somewhere along the line, because of the value of these cards and the scarcity of them, they started to be reproduced, and illegally reproduced. And this is probably one of the most reproduced sets of the pre-war era, from what I understand. Now, the original ones were only done with black ink. So if you have any that are a different color, it's definitely a reprint. And they actually did a reprint set, I guess an unlicensed reprint set, where they were actually colorized. And so those are definitely not authentic. But the thing is I can't afford any of this guy's cards. And, that's pretty much a guarantee. So, anytime I can get an item of this individual, at a good price, I'm more than happy to pick it up. Also, this set, these cards have been reproduced so often, and they are so close to the originals, that I believe BGS is the only one that's still grading them. SGC PSA refuses to grade these. It's gotten that bad. They can't tell the reals from the fakes. So I look at it like this. If even some of the fakes have been graded as authentic, would you feel comfortable dropping 7K on a card that could potentially have been faked? Not me. So, not that I would spend that type of money on a card, just more or less as a hypothetical. So I have no problems picking up an actual reprint set of this. These are great cards. So I was really happy to get this. It's a 6 card set, and if you haven't figured out by now, these are of Babe Ruth, and these are really really cool. So we have this one right here. George Herman Babe Ruth, the Sultan of SWAT, who holds the world's record for home runs hit in a single season with 60 circuit clouts during the regular playing season of 1927. So this is the year after that, topped by 2 more against Pittsburgh during the World Series games last year. And on the back, these are kind of interesting. So you got Frojoy ice cream and Frojoy cones, builds bone and strength. Eat one every day. So they're trying to get you to eat a bunch of ice cream. And then I'm not sure what this is about, chock full of youth units. Yeah, that wouldn't fly today. So I'm not sure what youth units are, but anyway, right down here it talks about the series. This is the first in a series of 6 pictures of Babe Ruth being given free with Frojoy cones during Frojoy Cone Week, August 6th through 11th, 1928. And it says the complete set can be exchanged for a large reproduction of Babe Ruth's autographed photo. Ask your dealer for a free circular giving full details. So yeah, these are obviously incredibly scarce. I'm not sure if these were like a regional issue and they were only available in certain areas, maybe where Frojoy was sold, but yeah, they were only available for 1 week. So obviously there weren't a whole lot of these made to begin with. But these are fantastic, and I actually heard a story about this. So I don't know if you see what I'm trying to talk about here, but I'll point it out in a second. But apparently, before this photo was taken, the photographer saw that Babe Ruth was chewing some bubble gum, and he asked Babe if he would mind taking the gum out of his mouth so they could take the photo. And what does Mr. Ruth do? He stuck it on the top of his hat. I thought that was kind of a hysterical story. So you got Babe Ruth right here with his bubble gum stuck to his hat. Anyway, really cool photo right there. And you can actually see the gum on this next card right here. You can kind of see it right there. This one right here, look out, Mr. Pitcher. And to save a little bit of time, I'll just put this right there so you can read that if you'd like. But yeah, these are printed with a blue font. So obviously the originals were just black font. So this is a clear reproduction. But this is not a TCMA reproduction because it would have said TCMA reprint right here, which it does not. So this is more than likely unlicensed reprint set. But I don't mind. I still think they're really cool. I just love these right here. Frojoy cones filled with Frojoy ice cream are not only delicious and refreshing, but they are wholesome and healthful. You should have one daily. Ice cream is healthful. Yeah, okay. Totally different time. But yeah, there's card number 2. And we have card number 3 right here. Bang. The babe lines one out. Just a really cool image right there. And these are on really, really thick cardstock. So these are definitely well made. Growing boys and girls need Frojoy ice cream every day to build sound teeth and strong bones. Yeah. And this is a fantastic image. When the babe comes home. Look at that. Just an awesome image right there. I'll let you read that. Actually, I don't think I had this up to the screen, so there so you can read that if you'd like. And there's the back of card 4. Frojoy ice cream, if eaten daily, builds strong bodies and sound teeth and bones. Its youth units create energy and vigor. Yeah, okay. Here is card number 5. We have Babe Ruth's grip. There's the write up. And the back. Tasty, crispy, delicious Frojoy cones filled to the brim with pure, wholesome Frojoy ice cream will keep you strong and healthful. And the last one. Ruth is a crack fielder. This one's got a little bit of stain right there. Cool image. And you don't see the gum on the top of his hat on this one. So yeah, that's the 1928 Frojoy reprint set. Definitely happy to find the complete set of that, and really happy to add that to the collection. All right, next, as you know, I've been looking at a lot of lots, mostly to find kind of starter sets and stuff like that. But every once in a while, one sort of piques my interest. You know, a couple weeks ago, I got the 66 um, Mike Modano score rookie cards and the 56 Jeremy Roenick score rookie cards, you know, and got a really good deal on those. But this is another one, and this one definitely has some variety. This is a 120 card lot. There's all of them in top loaders. 120 card rookie lot of CeeDee Lamb. And yeah, there are some nice cards in here for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and show half of what I picked up, and there's quite a bit of duplication, so should be able to go through this fairly quickly. But I'll show the first 60 cards of this lot, and I'll show the other 60 probably next week. But CeeDee Lamb just set the Cowboys record for most receiving yards in a season, and he actually did it in 16 games. So you really can't discredit him, even though he has an extra game. But he'll definitely be able to add to that total this week if he plays, which I fully expect him to do. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm guessing all of these are from 2020, but as you know, and I've said before, I'm not really familiar with a lot of the ultra modern, so I'm going to do the best I can with talking about what each set is. But I believe this is a 2020 Sage Premier Draft, I guess, hit. We got this one right here, and there's actually a little bit of duplication, so let me show you the back of this real quick. So these are when he was playing with Oklahoma. So I have 4 of those. And I also have a red version. So I'm guessing this one's the more scarce version since I only have one of these. Then I also believe this is from the same set, but this is like a next level insert. And there were 2 of those. Now, I have no idea what I'm going to do with some of these duplicates. Maybe a trade or try to sell them or something. I'm not really sure. But definitely happy to get this lot. And so this is the score football. And there's several of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 8. Actually, there's 9. So I got 9 of these. Go ahead and give you a better look. I definitely don't need 9 of that card. And there was also, I guess, like a gold or yellow border version as well. All right, next, this is Leaf Draft, I believe. And yeah, only have one of these. Next, we have a Panini Prism draft picks. These are kind of cool. And this one also came with like a hollow or refractor. I'm not sure what these are called, but a refractor version. Next, we have a 2020 Panini Chronicles Draft Picks Prestige. Next, we have, what is this? 2020 Panini Legacy Football. And there are several of these. These are kind of cool. Never heard of Legacy. I'm not sure if that's still around. There are definitely quite a few of these. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there is also like a chrome version of it. All right, next. This is 2020 Panini Prestige. And there are a couple of these. And there is also, I'm not sure what this is, but a green version. All right, next we have 2020 Panini Chronicles Gridiron Kings. These are kind of cool. And there's quite a few of these as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And there was also like a pink or a purple version. All right, next. This is 2020 Panini Chronicles Luminance. That's a cool image right there. And there was some duplication of this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And there was also a pink or purple version of this one. All right, next, I actually had one of these in my collection already. This is 2020 Panini Illusions. And yeah, I like the look of these. These look fantastic. And this isn't a refractor. This is what they normally look like. Just gorgeous looking cards. And there are a few of these. 2, 3, and 4. But also, there were a couple of variations on this. This one is the blue version. Then I'm not sure what color this is, but like orange or brown. I'm not really sure. But we have this one. So 3 different versions of this card. All right, just a few more. I really like these. So we have 3 different versions of his Donruss rated rookie. We have this one right here. Now I think I have the optic version of this one. But I didn't have the Donruss. So that's really cool. Of course, you got the iconic rated rookie logo. And then also have the press proof. And this one's kind of cool. So I'm not sure what this one's actually called, but it's obviously an acetate with a different image on it as well. So we got these. And we just have one more card to show. And this one's kind of cool. This is a sort of a die cut. This is from Panini Select. This is the field level die cut. CD Lamb rookie card. Very cool. So it's kind of die cut right here. Cool looking card. Only one of these. And I've always been a pretty big fan of the Select product. Really nice card. So that's the first 60 of this gigantic 120 card CD Lamb lot. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing those. And I'll try to get to the last 60 next week. All right, let me fix this real quick. Hopefully that's straight enough. All right. So this set has always been sort of on my want list. I wasn't collecting basketball when this came out. I started collecting probably a year or two later. So I'd never had a whole lot of this. And I do have some of the 86. I do have some of the 88, but I didn't have a whole lot of the 87. And so I wanted to get a starter set. And one of my goals, one of my hobby goals for the year is to actually complete this set. If you watched to the very end of my year in review 2-year anniversary video last week. But I found this lot, and I believe it was 10 cards short of a complete set. But the 10 cards that are missing are the biggest cards in the set. The Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Magic Johnson, Kareem, players like that. There are some cards that don't meet my satisfaction as far as condition. So I actually have a list that I've broken down. I'm not sure how many are on here. Probably like 36 of them or something like that. But this is what I need. And you see some of the big names: Kareem and Barkley and Larry Bird, Drexler, Dr. J, Patrick Ewing. So there's some big names on there. That's an AC Green rookie card. Magic Johnson, of course. The Michael Jordan's the biggest card. That can go for like $300 in good condition, even more in some cases. You got the Isaiah Thomas, Dominique, James Worthy checklist. So, there are a few cards that I definitely need. But I'm going to go ahead and show the cards that I received. So this is 10 cards short of the complete set. So there's some that definitely need to be replaced. But I'll go ahead and show what I have. And I don't know if you know the story of the 87-88 Fleer, but the 86-87 Fleer basketball, although these days we look at it as an iconic set, with all the rookie cards, because they didn't make any basketball sets between whatever 81, 82 to the 86, 87 outside of Star. So most of the 86, 87 set is rookie cards. But it sold so poorly that they ended up printing less of this 87, 88 Fleer. So there are much fewer of these cards out there than the 86, 87. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to complete this set. So we have Alvin Adams. Of course, I'm a big fan of this guy, Mark Aguirre. He was a star of the team when I started following the Mavericks. He wasn't there very long. Eventually, he ended up getting traded to the Pistons, where he won some championships. But he doesn't get a whole lot of respect with the franchise. You look at it, his scoring averages while he was here: 18-7, 24-4, 29-5, 25-7, 22-6, 25-7, averaged 24.8 points a game through 6 seasons. And the guy's number's not retired. I mean, come on. This guy was the first true superstar in the franchise's history. You could put his name in the rafters. Come on, Cuban. You got to do it. I guess Cuban's not really in charge anymore. Got Danny Ainge. John Bagley. And most of these are in pretty nice shape, I would say. Thurl Bailey. Of course, the centering can be an issue with some of these, but I don't mind too much. Greg Ballard. I'm not going to replace a card that is in otherwise really nice condition just because the centering's off. Next we have Gene Banks. Benoit Benjamin. Another guy I'm a big fan of, Rolando Blackman. Of course, we got the great Manute Bol. He was fun to watch. Second year Manute Bol. Next we have Tony Brown. Next we have Michael Cage. Next we have Joe Barry Carroll. He was a nice player. 20-point per game scorer up to this point. Not really talked about. A good player, Bill Cartwright. He was another pretty high-scoring player, 17 points a game. But he was kind of a rotation center by the time he got to the Bulls. Next we have Terry Catledge. Next we have Tom Chambers, who has one of the more iconic dunks in NBA history. he could almost touch his chin to the rim. He was that high. Next we have Mo Cheeks. Next we have Michael Cooper. Nice TTMer. Next we have Dave Corzine. Next, Terry Cummings. Another nice player. Next we have Adrian Dantley. He was traded for Mark Aguirre. Spent 1 year in Dallas. Like to get his rookie card at some point. It's super cheap. Speaking of rookies, this was probably the best rookie of... Yeah, it might be. This might be the best rookie of this group. Brad Daugherty was the first overall pick in the draft. I'd have to double check, but I know like Rodman and Pippen are the next year. Yeah, Brad Daugherty. And this one's got a little bit of damage. I don't know if there's a crease on it. Yeah, there's like a crease right here and here, and there's some little staining on the back, maybe wax or something. But I'd like to get a better copy of this. Next we have Walter Davis, another really nice player. Up to this point, he was a 20-point per game scorer. It looks like 10 years. Next, we have Johnny Dawkins. This might be his rookie card. Next, we have James Donaldson. Next, we have Larry Drew. Now, this was one of the nicer cards to get in this lot. It's a second-year Joe Dumars. And I believe this is in pretty good shape. Next, we have Mark Eaton. Now, I do believe this is Dale Ellis's rookie card, although he does have some star cards with the Mavericks. I believe this is actually his rookie card because I don't think he's in the 86 set. Yeah, look at that. He's in Dallas and kind of a role player. And then he gets over to Seattle. All of a sudden, he's a 25-point per game guy. Next, we have Alex English, another former Maverick. I believe Dantley was traded for him. He only spent a year here. He was a really prolific scorer and a Hall of Famer now. Guarded by James Worthy right there. Let me scoot some of these out of the way. All right, next we have Mike Evans, not the receiver Mike Evans. Next we have Vern Fleming. Next we have Eric Sleepy Floyd, another nice player. All right, next, Artis Gilmore, fantastic player. Next we have Mike Jaminski. Next we have AC Green and his rookie card, but I have to replace this one. Don't remember why. Don't see a crease. There had to be something wrong with it. Oh, yeah. This one actually looks like somebody spilled water on it or something right here. So I kind of want to replace that. Yeah, AC Green's rookie card. Pretty cool image right there. He set the consecutive games played record with the Dallas Mavericks. I was actually at that game. Still have the stub. Next we have Ricky Green. Next we have Sidney Green. What's kind of cool about this set is it's all in alphabetical order. Next we have Dave Greenwood. Next we have Daryl Griffith, who has one of the best nicknames in the history of sports, Dr. Duncanstein. We got name right there. I don't think that's Magic Johnson. That doesn't look like 32. It looks like 39. Yeah, really nice player right here. Next, Bill Hanslick. He was a coach for a while. Next, we have Derek Harper. Big fan of his. Does a color commentary for the team now, and was a really nice player. Glad to see that they finally retired his number. Next, I'm pretty sure this is his rookie card. Yeah. Got Ron Harper. Of course, won some championships with the Bulls. Was a top player on the Clippers squad in the early 90s. Next, we have Gerald Henderson. Won some championships with the Celtics. Next, we have Roy Hinson. Next, one of the best three-point shooters of his era, Craig Hodges. I think he won 2 or 3 three-point contests. Definitely a deadly shooter from outside. Next, we have Phil Hubbard. Next, we have the great Dennis Johnson. Next, we have Eddie Johnson. Next, we have Steve Johnson. Next, we have Vinnie Johnson, the microwave. Next, we have Jerome Kersey. Not sure if that's his rookie or not. I don't remember him in the 86. Next, we have Bill Laimbeer. Next, this is his rookie, Lafayette Fat Lever. He was a Maverick for a couple years in the early 90s. Next, we have Cliff Levingston. Next, we have Alton Lister. If I remember right, this is the guy that Sean Kemp absolutely embarrassed, dunking on him and then pointing at him. Pretty sure it was Alton Lister. Next, we have John Long. This one's got a nasty stain on the back. I'm pretty sure I'm replacing this one. Next, we have John Lucas. Next, we have Jeff Malone. And this was another nice one to get, and this one doesn't have to be replaced. Second year, Karl Malone. Great card. Great player. Next, another amazing player, Hall of Famer Moses Malone. Fo, fo, fo. Next, we have Cedric Cornbread Maxwell. Next, we have Tim McCormick. Next, we have Rodney McCray, former Maverick. Next, we have the X-Man, Xavier McDaniel. Next, another nice card to get, Kevin McHale, Hall of Famer. Next, we have Nate McMillan, and this might be his rookie card. That looks like it is. Next, we have Sir Sid, Sidney Moncrief. Really nice player. Next, we have a second-year Chris Mullin. Next, we have Larry Nance, fantastic TTMer. Fantastic dunker. Won the first NBA slam dunk contest. Next, we have Charles Oakley. Next, Robert Parrish, another Hall of Famer, fantastic TTMer. This one they spelled his name wrong. Spelled it with 2 R's. He only spells it with 1. Next, we have Jim Paxson, brother of John. Probably the better player. And there's John Paxson. I believe this is his rookie card. I'd have to double check that, but I think it is. Next, we have Sleepy Sam Perkins. Nice player. Of course, he was picked just ahead of Charles Barkley, who could have been a Maverick. Next, we have the Rifleman Chuck Person. This is his rookie card. Next, we have Jim Peterson. Next, we have Ricky Pierce. Next, we have Ed Pinkney. Next, we have Terry Porter. I'm not sure if this is his rookie or not. Might be second year, I'm not sure. It could be. Next, we have Paul Pressey, another nice player. High-scoring Bucks teams of the 80s, mid-80s. Next, we have Robert Reed. Next, we have Doc Rivers. Fantastic coach. Pretty good player. Next, we have Alvin Robertson. Next we have Tree Rollins. Next, Hall of Famer Ralph Sampson. Next we have Mike Sanders. This is one of the better rookies from the set. This is Detlef Schrempf, the original German Maverick before Dirk, one of Dirk's idols. Really nice player. Next we have Byron Scott. Next we have Jerry Sichting. Next we have Hall of Famer Jack Sigma. Next we have Larry Smith. Next, Rory Sparrow. Next we have Steve Stepanovich. Next we have John Sundvold. Next, this was a nice player, Reggie Theus. Little stain right there. Probably on my list to replace. Yeah, this is another one. Second year Isaiah Thomas. I believe there was water damage on this one. Yeah. Pull this out of the sleeve. There's actually a crease in it too. There. But there's water damage on this, I think. And there's a stain on the back as well. So that's a little disappointing. But that card's not too hard to get, not too expensive. Next we have LaSalle Thompson. Next we have Michael Thompson, Clay's dad, fantastic TTMer. Next we have Otis Thorpe. Next we have Sedale Threet. Next we have Wayman Tisdale, fantastic jazz musician. If you haven't checked out his music, go check it out. R.I.P. Nice player. Big fan of Tisdale. Next we have Kelly Tripucka, who's a pretty nice player. Up to this point, averaging 19.5 a game. This one definitely has some wax staining. Next we have Trent Tucker. Next we have Terry Tyler. Next, Darnell Valentine. Next, it took me a long time to like this guy. This guy was the first pick in Mavericks history and refused to play for an expansion team. So he never played for the Mavericks. Eventually, he came back and coached the team for a season or two. But yeah, growing up, nobody I knew liked this guy because of what he did. But yeah, he was a really nice player. Look at that, really nice player. See, now I don't mind too much. Next, we have Darrell Walker. Next, we have Gerald Wilkins. Next, we have Buck Williams. Next, we have Herb Williams, former Maverick. Next, we have John Williams. There's actually two different John Williams. I believe both of these are rookie cards as well. This is John Williams, and then we have John Hot Rod Williams. And if I remember right, I got to replace this card. And I don't remember what for. Maybe it was the other one. Maybe not. I don't see anything offhand. Next, we have Kevin Willis. Played for a little bit with the Mavericks. I think he was a mid-season pickup or something. Nice player, though. Next, we have David Wingate. This one definitely has to be replaced. It's got some scratches on it. Next, we have Randy Whitman. Next, we have Leon Wood, who, if I remember right, became a referee. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but I think it was Leon Wood. Next, we have Mike Woodson. Next, we have Orlando Woolridge. Great shot right there. And the last card, Danny Young. I don't have the checklist. So yeah, that's the 87-88 Fleer basketball starter set. Really excited to get that. And if I can just get that Michael Jordan, everything else is going to be really easy to get. I would like to get the sticker set as well. I'm not even sure if I have more than one or two of those stickers. So there is a Jordan in that as well that goes for a good chunk of change, probably like 150 bucks. But yeah, I would like to get that finished as well. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed seeing that. And yeah, that's all I have for you this week. So as always, thanks for watching the video, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.